What is going on? Please.
So back in the hardcore, I'm not entirely sure when this video is going to end up going up, but one of the days I need to take Ari to the vet and get some things checked out on her and everything, so I have to make a video ahead of time. So I've been trying to do more things for myself to try to just like make things ahead of time so I can actually try to sleep. Like the dream idea here is if I can make like 3 videos ahead of time somehow, and then just sleep for like 2 days. Maybe then I'll feel like myself again. Yeah, I'll probably be in bed for like 9 hours and then just get up out of anger. So recently I ended up completing the SA-87 and yeah, that gun is literally the worst gun I've ever used in my life. Unless they're coming out with a patch recently or soon or something, because that gun has got to be one of, if not the worst gun I got Obsidian for. Almost no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was a great spawn too. Nice. I know I'm not using the SA-87 at the moment, but I started building it as like quickly as possible for as fast as I could because I got really tired of trying to take this thing and try to turn it into something that has range and speed and all that all at once. This thing, you can only build it in a couple different ways, and only one of them is, there is no viable build for this thing. So I stayed in hardcore with the thing, even though I'm not going to guarantee to get hardcore shipment. At least if I keep all of the really, really lightweight stuff on it, maybe then it'll actually be decent to use. Because otherwise, this thing is so slow. Its overall time to kill has probably got to be one of the worst in the game. The only good redeeming quality about it is the damage range. But because the SA-87 kind of fires a little slow, the damage doesn't really come out that well, even if it is over distance. So that's why I started playing hardcore, because at least then, if one bullet hits somebody, they should still at least die. I had everything that I could to speed these things up. I had like no stock on, and the shortest barrel, tack laser, stippled, everything that I possibly could. And I don't know if it's going to be a clip from this video or the next video. I started throwing in a lot of the clips that I had saved that are just sitting around of a bunch of random whatever amount of multis and whatever, whether it's with like a fire shotgun or whatever. I'm going to be straight up. Doing that SA-87 was one of the worst things I've done. I know I've said that about a lot of different weapons during this entire grind, but honestly, actually might be the worst gun in the game. Only gun that I can think of that is less effective than this gun is probably the Barrett in Warzone. It's the only gun that I can think of that somehow has as many problems as that SA-87. I can't talk right now. I'm so tired and exhausted and annoyed. And if and whenever they release Black Ops 5 or new Black Ops remaster or whatever it is, I don't know. I've been seeing on Reddit recently that about like the rumors for the next Call of Duty and how it's gonna have zombies and all this other stuff. One of the leakers, I think, is Victor. He ended up basically saying that, I mean, unless the translation is wrong, and that could definitely be, you know, a thing or whatever, but he was talking about the zombies mode and how the zombies was looking good, and somebody asked about multiplayer. And he said that he didn't want to expand on what's going on with the multiplayer. And basically people were like, why would you tell us about zombies and all this stuff and then just be like, oh, I'm not going to tell you about multiplayer? People were kind of annoyed. Is there any reason why, you know, you can't tell us this kind of stuff or what? I know very little information because I don't have much interest in COD 2020. So I didn't ask the other party about too much content. The only innovation of the currently known content is zombies. So apparently they have their own engine, not on IW. I don't want to read through all of his tweets, but there was one tweet that I remember where he basically just said that COD 2020, he's not interested in it and he doesn't have that much information on it because he said that it is, quote, bad. I don't really know what that means, but oh boy. Straight up, the SA-87 almost made me quit altogether. Can't even ADS fast enough, man. Oh! Dude, can Rust be any worse? I mean, let's be honest. Dude. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to make videos ahead of time with this attitude that I have right now. Shouldn't have made a video today. Now, honestly, I'm thinking, man, if I'm gonna have to play this game for maybe another year, even if it's just Warzone, wow. That sounds absolutely horrible. I'm gonna be honest, I like this game, but not for 2 years straight like it.
I mean, at least I'll have everything completed, I guess.
Like, look at the ADS speed with the fastest indigestion. I can't even talk when I'm trying to talk. I'm out.
You know when you're awake and it feels like your brain is sleeping? That's what it feels like.
It just feels like there's no brain activity going on. Like, there is nothing going on up here anymore. It's just complete, come up with a different word besides melt. Melting, boiling, frying, smelting. Here, let's go on a thesaurus. Synonyms for melting. My brain is being liquefied.
The majority of those highlights, I had to sit here and try to like cut out a bunch of background noises from like the calls and the videos and stuff that I'm watching at the moment. It's like the clips happen or whatever, so I'm like messing around with it, trying not to have some weird shit end up in videos or whatever. Started giving Breaking Bad a second chance, and I know people are gonna sound like, hey, it's blasphemous to say this, but when I was watching it initially, when I first watched the show, I didn't think it was a bad show or something. I'm not gonna ag on it like that, but it didn't really hold my interest. I didn't really care after I watched the first couple episodes. I was like, all right. Now that I came back and revisited it, trying to save my psyche here, this is a way better show than I remember. So I'm really happy about that. I'm honestly looking forward to just watching that instead of worrying about doing this. But, you know, gotta keep grinding, otherwise it's just gonna take even longer. I saw him. I saw literally as soon as his boot went around the corner and my gun just doesn't... Goodbye.